Hi friends, today I'm working in a grid journal. I bought this sketchbook from Michael's. It's pretty inexpensive, but what I really like about it is it opens flat, so it's really nice to do a 2-page spread with this kind of journal. To get my journal, I cut out a piece of 3x3 cardstock and just trace that around to make my journal squares. I'm going to use a variety of tools today, and I have a China pencil here, or a China marker, a couple of woodies, both in black and white, and of course a pair of scissors, a glue stick. I'm not using gel medium or anything, and that is just an old gift card that I can use for spreading it out. A pencil, a couple brushes, a color shaper. And so those are the tools I'll need to do that. And then I have a variety of collage papers. Most of these, I think actually all of these, I made myself. And using, some of them are done on a jelly plate, some are stamped, some are painted. But I am going with a black and white color theme here, and neutral with the brown paper. I really like that effect. I usually work in a lot of color, so this is kind of a nice change from that. And to get started, I use the woody just to put in some scribbles, some marks on each of the squares. Use my left hand there as well. And now I'm adding a little water to spread it out a little bit, just get a little bit of wash on the paper, just to give a little bit more interest, sort of a background for me to start with the collage. This is a kind of fun thing to do because you don't really, there's no rules, you just go ahead and do whatever feels right. Next, I'm picking out some papers, and I'm going to just go from square to square, not in any sort of order, just wherever I feel like putting anything down. The first one is the easiest. You just put it somewhere and then go from there. So I'm, again, all of this collage paper that I'm using here, I made with the jelly print and some stamps, pressing into the ink, actually the paint, excuse me, to get those marks. And I really like how dark it is, and also really like how it feels, has a very sturdy feel in your hands with the paint on the paper. But again, like I said, I'm just using a glue stick. This is just my journal. It's not for anything fancy, and I just find it easy to use that, and also a little bit less messy. Here is also something that I did on the jelly plate, and this was just using a stencil and a flower stencil that I believe I got on Temu. I believe there's like a little, I think it's like a 6x6 little stencil. And this is also from a stencil as well. And that one I got from Temu for sure. And that one's a little larger. I think it's a 8.5 by 11. And a lot of times I will pick a dark to ground things. You'll see that I'll put it on an edge or at the bottom, or at least touching a side. A couple of them, I put them in the middle. The one that's the second in from the top there, I added that circle and tore it in half to complete the circle that was already there. And I kind of like that effect. It's kind of fun. And again, just not really thinking about much, just trying to get some pieces of collage in each one of the squares. It's a really fun exercise to do when you're not feeling super creative, which is why I did that. Did this one actually that day because I wanted to be in my studio and do something, but I didn't have an idea of a painting. And I just didn't want to just get out my paints and start painting if I didn't know what I was doing. So this is just, you don't really think about it much. You just get some collage pieces, start putting it down, and if it doesn't work out, it's not a big deal. It's just a journal. It's just for fun, but it is a good way to lay out some papers or colors, blocks of color, to think of some a composition. Just kind of work that out, or work out some color combos that you haven't used before. To want to see how those will go together, and it's such an easy, quick way to do that, and figure out how you can translate that into a larger painting. I really like those circles, though. I think those are fun, and just went ahead and put that one right where that other circle was, which is really fun. You'll see that I'll keep trying to use this sort of floral shape, as it's one of my favorite stencils, but it did not work in this at all. I kept trying to put it somewhere, and I just didn't like how it looked, so it didn't make it anywhere on the page. Spoiler alert. And that paper, that brown paper, was just some paper that I took out of a package that I don't know, order from Amazon or something like that. And you know how they just throw in that brown paper just to add cushion to your order. And what I liked about it is it was flat and a long strip of this, but they all tore into like I want to say like a 6x12 sheet. So I just tore them all apart and started painting on them, used some Posca pens to make some marks and designs, and I thought it was kind of fun and inexpensive. You'll see that these are just painted dots. I think it probably is my finger that I use with some white paint, and you'll see that most of these squares gets one of these little dots. I wanted to put the white on the somewhere on these little squares, but it was not showing up really well with the background of my paper. So with the white being on the brown paper made it a lot easier to see and stood out. So that's why I ended up using a lot of that there. I do like stripes too. I think those are fun, and cutting them up on these little strips here I think is good. And you'll see I am testing it out everywhere, you know, to see where I think it might look the best, and I'll put it one place and I'll move it all the way around the page at different places, and then I'll go back to the first place that I chose. So it's just what you do. I really like this collage paper too. This is also using a jelly print. Really easy to do. You just put your paint on the jelly plate, and then I just took I think the color shaper, and just ran it down on the skinny side and just made these lines, and it makes great lined paper. Curious, do any of you out there, do you guys do grid journaling? Curious to find out if other people enjoy this as well, and if they do a lot of it. I think it's really fun. My plan is, since I named this journal a grid journal, the entire thing is going to be full of grid journals. Or grid paintings. So when I'm done with it, which will be a while because I just started and it's quite thick, but I will do a flip through when it's all done, and I think that'll be fun to see because there'll be all different kinds of colors and all different styles and whatever. So it'll be interesting to see, and also to see how long it takes me to get through something like that. I think I'll be doing a lot of these lately, though. I've been having a little bit of a block with painting right now. I started this channel to kind of document my creative journey with getting back into painting, and it's I'm struggling a little bit right now because I don't know my voice yet. I had that same problem with my pottery. I wasn't sure. Kept trying all different kinds of techniques and different glazes, and then I ended up with a style which I didn't even realize I had until kind of the end, before I even, before we moved from New Jersey to here, when I gave up my whole pottery business. And I did have a style. And so I know it'll come. I just don't know when or if I'll even be aware of it. But it's fun to try all this stuff, though, and try all different kinds of mediums and styles. I peruse Instagram and Pinterest for inspiration and find out, kinds of paintings that I like, and I will try, and then I find that, nope, that's not me either. So I guess I'm just going to have to keep doing this. See, I keep trying to put that little flower somewhere. It's just not going to go. And I'm back to my dots, because those are the only white things that I really have to put on here that will stand out. One thing I could have done is maybe put more of a gray wash in the background, so I'd have something for the white to pop off from. But still enjoying the process, and it's fun to watch it back and see, like, oh, I could have done that there, or I didn't like that so much, but it doesn't matter, because these aren't finished works. They're not supposed to be masterpieces. They're just playing and enjoying the process. That last piece that I just put there on that second to the left up the top, I really like that whole composition there right now. I like it a lot. And I really enjoyed this little piece here, cutting that out. So that was just me kind of scribbling on with a paintbrush, and kind of sort of making like cursive marks, but not really making any words. And just as I kind of like to see words on artwork, and sometimes I like it so you can't tell what the word is, but it's some sort of script, which I think is kind of cool. And you'll see a lot of times I am putting something to anchor these below. So like that one, it was, things were kind of floating, so I put that dark piece down to anchor that. And if I don't anchor it at the bottom, sometimes I'll anchor it on the side if I feel like it's not an if it doesn't feel grounded. If it's by something on the bottom, I might do it on the side like I just did there. Most of these you'll see they're touching at least one side, and sometimes more than one, which I think helps with composition. To find something that's white that I can put down, and I thought this one was really fun. It's sort of like a spring, and I like where I ended up putting it too. I think it went with that one really well. Kind of followed the marks that were already there. Now I'm taking my China marker and going back in and making some more marks, since I covered up a lot of the ones that were already there. I really love just a drawn, doodled mark in artwork. I just find it very pleasing. I don't know what it is, but I just love it. The scribbly, the better. Here I'm taking out my Tatanium White by Novacolor, and I'm going to brighten up some of these areas. And of course I'm using my finger, which is my favorite tool, and just kind of brightening up some of those areas. A lot of times I will hit some of the edges of the collage pieces, just kind of soften those a little bit so it's not so abrupt, and kind of blend that in a little bit. Some of these at the end, of course I've looked at these, since I made these, and where I did some things that I probably should go back. Like right now, I think they all look pretty good. But then I come back in here and add a little bit more darks in places. Here is a little frame that I made. It's just a matte frame, just so I can kind of see the composition without the other little collages being distracting, and just kind of just narrow in on it. And I really like that one up in the right hand corner. And just kind of gives me an idea of what it might need, and just add a little bit here and there. So like this one, I think it was better before I put that dark there. But it's okay, because this is just for fun, and it's for learning too. But all in all, it's a very fun activity, exercise, whatever you want to call it. And just kind of gets you out of a rut when you're just not sure. And if you love something here, you can always turn it into a larger piece. Use it as inspiration, which I have done before. Still my favorite, that one right there. Yeah. So that one on the bottom right is good too. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and please leave me a message or a comment below. Let me know what you thought, and please hit a like if you like this video, and subscribe if you haven't done so. It really helps my channel and get my videos out to other people. I really appreciate you taking the time to sit and watch, and if you made it through the whole video, put a heart down below. I'd love to know how many people get through it. I know everybody's kind of busy, and you want to sometimes don't have enough time to sit and watch an entire video. Here, just adding a little bit of pencil marks, little dots here and there, and that's it. And here's up close. I think they're fun. Just pure, just having a good time, not worrying about anything, not worrying about the outcome, just playing. And I think we all can do a lot more playing. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful creative day, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.